Okay guys, what's up? Lord Shadows here today to do another normal discussion video, and this time we'll talk about the Marvel middle crate scene discussion video. And yeah, okay. Lord Shadows, concentrate. Don't get excited. Calm down. Woo. Okay. Before I start, spoiler alert, because this is another discussion video that we'll do about the Avengers Age of Ultron movie that came out in my town, in my country, in Sinister, that I watched it a week ago. So I know what happened. So spoiler alert: if you don't want to spoil, yourself, your own thoughts, your own expectations about the Avengers Age of Ultron movie, and especially this middle surprising credit scene, don't watch this video. I'm telling you, if you want to be a spoiler alert, if you like spoilers alert, to be ready with what's happening, you can watch. But if you don't want to spoil your own expectations, don't watch this movie. So here's where this discussion begins. Man, when I saw in the movie theater, in the movie theater room 7, when I saw the middle credit scene at the end of Avengers Age of Ultron, it only had one simple word. T-A-H-N-O-S. Thanos. Thanos. Mad Titan Thanos is back in action. And this time, he grabbed the Infinity Gauntlet, and he will start collecting the Infinity Stones by himself. Okay, because the middle credit scene. Let's just talk about the middle credit scene. So the middle credit scene begin, with the Infinity Gauntlet hiding in some kind of high security vault that was opened by Thanos, of course. And there's where you have Thanos putting on the Infinity Gauntlet and said, "Fine, I'll do it myself." And that was the end of the middle credit scene. When he said, "Fine, I'll do it myself," it means that he had enough of psychics that are always trying to fail to bring in the Infinity Stones, so he can put them on the Infinity Gauntlet, which he collected in the vault, which was very curious because the last time we saw the Infinity Gauntlet was in Asgard. So how the hell was it got in this high security vault? So I don't know, but I will get to that. So because if you remember, in Avengers 1, Loki tries he gives him the scepter, which contains the mind gem, which is on Vision's forehead. If you watch the movie. Oh, and mind that, I really don't know if Thanos knew that the mind gem, was in the scepter. I think he knew. That, so that's why he gave to Loki, to be powerful. But let's get to that. So he gave him the mind gem, the scepter. He gave the Chitauri army to bring the Tesseract to Thanos' secret lair in the universe, and he failed. He sent Ronan to take the orb, which contains the purple Infinity Stone in the Guardians of the Galaxy, and of course Ronan betrayed him, and now the Infinity Stone, the purple one, is at the hands of the Nova Corps on Xandar. So now I understand why he said, "Fine, I'll do it myself," because sometimes if a bad guy sends a minion to do his job and they're always failing, he will always say, "Fine, I will do it myself." Because sometimes if you send someone to take something to brought you or make a plan complete, and they always fail, one step by now, they always failed. You have to do the same shit by yourself if you want that your plan succeed. So that's why Thanos. So that's the explanation why Thanos said, "Fine, I'm doing it myself." Because he will try to hunt down Infinity Stones by himself, something he shouldn't done it long ago, even before he sent Loki to take the scepter, to take the Tesseract, because he gave the scepter to Loki, and now the scepter is on the Avengers' hands. The Tesseract is in Asgard now, and the orb, the purple Infinity Stone, is with the Nova Corps in Xandar. So for now, he has 0 Infinity Stones. So, and by the way, when he gave Loki the scepter, like I said at the beginning, I think he knew that it was the Mind Stone. So in that point of view, he already had one stone, and he lost it. When he sent Loki, he lost it, even the Mind Stone. And it was really hard. I mean, it was really odd. If he knew that the inside was the Mind Stone, like Ultron and Loki, Ultron and the Avengers did, and Thor, then why the hell he? I mean, why the hell he looked at something? He tried to collect it, and he was the first stone, and now he lost it. Even with the ether and with the Tesseract and with the orb, so he doesn't have nothing. For now, he has 0 Infinity Stones. So he had to take them one by one. So because for now we have the ether, we have the orb, we have the scepter, which is the mind gem, we have the Tesseract. We have 4. So if there are 6 Infinity Stones, we have 2 unknown stones that yet have to make an appearance. So I'll have the 3 candidates. I mean movies. I think they will make these 2 stones will make an appearance. Doctor Strange, Thor Ragnarok, and and Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Because for me, like I was saying, even for Thanos to appear, those 3 movies have much more chances for the Infinity Stones to appear, and even for Thanos trying to collect them. I mean, what's the point? I mean, Guardians of the Galaxy, he had to appear because he had to go to Xandar and take the orb. Ether, he had to take the Tesseract and the no, not the ether. Sorry, he had to take the Tesseract, which is on Asgard, and of course, by the way, we saw the end of Thor: Dark World in the credit scene that 2 of the Asgardians give the ether, which is the red Infinity Stone, to the Collector to keep it safe. So, in the Guardians of the Galaxy, how I think, Thanos must get his hands on the ether and the orb. And about the Tesseract, I think it will be in Thor Ragnarok. But no man, we'll see. We'll see. That's how I think. So, by the way, I don't know if you said, but there was an old picture, with animation along, in which every single disguise that Infinity Stone had, like the Tesseract, the ether, the orb, and the scepter, they always say some kind of a disguise, so so they some kind of, I think they can make themselves safe. But if you watch closely, because that's the really big coincidence. If you watch closely, every single beginning letter of the some kind of disguise that the Infinity Stones are in there, we have, so the Tesseract, we have T-A-O-S. T-A-O-S. And if you add H and N, you have Thanos. We have Thanos, T-H-A-N-O-S, Thanos. I don't know if it's a coincidence, or some kind of a trace for the Avengers to know what they're at, who is their next enemy. I don't know. Maybe for you it's a coincidence, but for me it's a little bit too much obvious to be a coincidence. But what the hell? Because it's a really big coincidence. So I don't know if it was just a message to all fans around the world about Marvel, or it was just a coincidence. Oh shit! Or it was some kind of a message. I don't know. It's your own. It's your own way. It's your own choice to decide that. So the main question is where Thanos will make his move. And like I always said, my first big prediction is where he will appear is Thor Ragnarok, Doctor Strange, and of course Guardians of the Galaxy 2. These are because he have yet, because first of all we have 2 Infinity Stones who is yet to make an appearance, and Thanos to collect them. Fuck it. So yeah. But let's make this short. One thing. The Mind Gem, which is on Vision's forehead, if he appear in another Marvel movie before Avengers Infinity War, Thanos will somehow get this Infinity Stones. But if he don't, make sure I'll make you believe that you can make. Let's just cut the story short. So the Mind Stone will be the last Infinity Stone that Thanos will try to collect if Vision does not make an appearance in another Marvel universe before Infinity War Part 1 and Part 2. So, but if the Mind Stone of the 6 Infinity Stones, if the Mind Stone will be the last one. So I believe it will happen in part 1. So in the part 2 he can be really ready. So that's my opinion, and that's how I think and I see what happened. Yeah, Thanos. I mean, for the old information that I found out, in Guardians of the Galaxy, they tried to make for the beginning. They thought that Thanos will have a bigger role than a bigger role. That was the first part of the project that James Gunn and the other had. But of course they cut it off because Thanos, I mean, as a villain, all of you know, that Thanos is one of the biggest and powerful and badass villains that Avengers ever had. I mean, they faced. So, is a very hot, high caliber as a villain, Thanos. Duh. And so that's why after the credit scene of the first movie, Avengers, they tried to make his appearance smaller and mysterious. So, in Phase 2, from the Avengers to Avengers Age of Ultron, he just made 3 appearances. One was in Avengers, first movie in the credit scene, where he just smiled like that, and heard about Loki's failure. Second one was 2 scenes, a cameo version where he was played by Josh Brolin, or in Guardians of the Galaxy when he sent Ronan, to take the orb. And now the third one. The third one is Avengers Age of Ultron, where he gets his hands on the Infinity Stones less Infinity Gauntlet. And now he's ready to make his bigger moves. Hunt down the Infinity Stones and get ready for the Infinity War. Because that's his main target. To destroy the Avengers and conquer the universe. Destroy it or conquer it. Playing it like a god. Something like that. Because, let me just give you a tip. Thanos is one of the, like I said, he's one of the most powerful and badass villain that Avengers ever have faced. This is exactly the same thing, for example, for DC Comics Justice League. Because, let me just give you a reminder. From the beginning, from Superman, Man of Steel to, I know it's a bigger difference, another version of comics, but, well, somehow I think it's connected. Because from the Man of Steel to Justice League Part 2, Justice League movie Part 2, they'll try to, okay, I'll begin again. From the Man of Steel to Justice League movie Part 2, that's exactly the same thing is going to happen to Darkseid. Because if you run the news, in Justice League Part 1, the main villain will be Brainiac, and in Part 2 will be Darkseid. And you know that Darkseid is a big shot, caliber, hot, powerful enemy like Thanos for Marvel. So those two somehow are connected because their final move, their final dawn, they'll make a big appearance for those two has come. Because in those final movies, they'll have a bigger clash, Darkseid with the Justice League and Thanos with the Avengers. So that's why villains like that, they have to be some sort of spare, to make a bigger appearance. Like for example, like I said, Thanos for the Infinity War, Darkseid for Justice League Part 2. Because, like James Starlin said, Thanos is a version of DC Comics Darkseid. So they are big, sure. Big calibers. Duh. But let's forget that. So I'm done. So yeah, like I said, everything. I said what I think. Well, yeah, I said everything, what I thought, and my really big expression. So yeah, I'm done. So yeah, I said everything. I don't really need to add anything. So get ready. The Age of Ultron is now the end of Phase 2 and the beginning of Phase 3. So get ready to see Thanos making his bigger moves to hunt down the Infinity Stones. I said Thor Ragnarok, Guardians of the Galaxy 2, and Doctor Strange are my choices and predictions where Thanos make an appearance, and the two Infinity Stones. So there may be all 6, and Thanos will collect them and get ready for the Infinity War. And make sure if Vision doesn't have an appearance, I said it again, if he doesn't make an appearance in other movies, make sure that the mind gem that he had on the Vision's forehead will be the last Infinity Stone that Thanos will play. So yeah, here I'm done. Rate the video, comment, subscribe. Even if what's the example, your personal thing about the middle credits scene where Thanos appeared, about his mission, about his moves. If you watch the Avengers Age of Ultron movie. Even if what's the example, your personal thing, drop me a like. I really appreciate it. And subscribe. It's not that very difficult. Just a mouse click. Like I said, I repeat again, drop me a like. I really appreciate it. So peace everyone. Have an awesome day. Lord of Shadows signing off. See you around.